can hear me? I'm assuming if I don't hear anything, then. Oh, it is. Hey, y'all can hear me, right? Yes, type in chat if you can hear me. Thanks, Steele. That means I know it's working. So we'll just wait. We'll wait a few minutes here for people to start rolling in, and then we'll get started with it. All right. Oh, I closed the wrong app. That's fine. Yep, no problems here. Sweet. I go to my phone, get the chat open on my phone here. Oh God. Music, please. Chat only. So. Sweet. There we go. So, got my chat open now. Get this all loaded up and ready to go. We'll start in a few minutes and we'll get rolling into this shit. Looking forward to it. Alright, we'll switch over to cooking cam now. Alright, people. Turn the music down a bit because I can't hear myself think. Yeah, so, hello everybody. Hi. I don't know, twiddle my fingers and shit. Hope everyone's doing well. We got a massive spread of ingredients today, so this should be going pretty good. But there's one little thing we're going to be doing first. It's weird, my chat's not working here. Okay, everything's working. music going. We got the stream up. Everything's good to go. So first things first, I'm gonna be doing something a bit not cooking related. I'm gonna make myself a quick drink. But I figured I may as well stream that while we do it because why not? Speaking of which, I have the ingredients here. So this is kind of a weird version of a Tom Collins I'm gonna be whipping out here. So I got my, what do you call it? Not tonic water, club soda, whatever you want to call it. Got my lemons. Yeah, I know, I'm encouraging alcoholism. I'm not helping with the problem. You'll see in a quick second, Steele, why. It's because it's not a Tom Collins, but it is a Tom Collins. It's a thing. Get our shot glasses, which are all in ounces because on everything except for drinking, I've converted to the metric system. Where's the lid to my cup? I'm mixing shit. There it is. Yeah. You'll see. You know what? You're gonna have to figure it out. We'll just let people trickle in. We're doing this first. Let me know if there's any issues with audio or anything as we're going, because this is a completely new setup with new kind of everything, including the fact. No, that's working. Cool. Yeah, so there's a new setup with a new kind of everything. So if there's any issues at all, we're gonna deal with them as we go along. So first thing you want to get a healthy amount of ice cubes. I'm gonna go with 3 here. In there. Take your lemon, and you're gonna want to squeeze. Oh, I'd say probably the whole thing. Probably at least half, if not the whole thing. Kind of up to you. So we're just gonna squeeze a lemon. Probably should do this over something in case there's seeds and shit, but I don't see any, so it should be fine. And we can just, they'll get caught in the filter as we drain it anyways. So, yes. Ugh, I'm like a weak fucking bitch when it comes to squeezing lemons, but it's fine. I could use my squeezer, but I didn't think about that until after I sliced the lemon. So, grab your lemon, squeeze that shit. I love this song. Go. So we got our lemon there. Oop. Probably want more lemon, actually. Yeah, we'll go with the whole lemon here. There we go. Lemon squeezed. Then you're gonna want to grab limoncello, which is this here. It's like a lemon alcohol thing. And then some gin. I think you guys can see that, right? Yeah, you can. Sweet. Grab 2 ounces of gin, which is about this. And then 1.5 ounces. Okay, for you British viewers or anyone who doesn't use that, it's all good. People can wiggle in whenever they want. I'm still making alcohol, so 1.5 ounces. Grab that. Hello, miners. All right, so got our that. Then normally if you have mint, I would put mint in there, but I don't have any today, so it's fine. Oh, so no, it's gin and limoncello is what it is. We got gin and then we got limoncello. Then take that. Okay, a serving glass. I don't really have any of my tall glasses. Unfortunately, I broke all of them, so I grab like this kind of glass. Ice in that because yes. 3 ice cubes in there, so, you know, Then that's gonna be really loud, but it's fine. All right, and then pour your mix into there. There is probably twice as much as I need in that glass size, actually. This is gonna be a very stiff drink, but it's fine. It's pretty good. I'm gonna be very drunk for the Halloween off. It's perfect. Pour in your club soda till it hits the top there and doesn't overflow because you're a god. And bam. Oh, that's really good. Fuck, really stiff, really good. Beautiful. And yeah, I'll add that to the menu book. Yeah. All right, so yeah, that's the drink we're gonna be going with for tonight. It's a limoncello Tom Collins, basically, and that's all there is to it. If you feel like you can put a lemon in there, kind of up to you. Awesome. So now we're gonna get into the actual cooking of everything because yes. Be Titus and do both. Yeah, so tonight's ingredients, we're going to be making spaghetti and meatballs. So you'll need a couple things. Let me grab the camera here. Oh, shit. Well, I just dropped it. So yeah, that's fine. You'll need a pan. You'll need a bigger pot. You want to fill that with water. I'm already drunk. I dropped the fucking camera. And then all of these ingredients, which we'll go over one by one here. Fine. Camera's back set up. We're back good. We're all good. Drugs are bad, pots are drugs. Yeah. Alright. So, you'll need some tomato paste. That's how I make it, at least. I know some people like to use canned tomatoes, but I am a huge advocate of using tomato paste and fresh tomatoes for my spaghetti and meatballs. I just think it adds a better taste palette. So you'll need an amount. This is about half empty. I don't think I'll need as much, but I bought some extra just in case. Boom. You'll need some breadcrumbs, salt and pepper, of course. You can't really have any recipe without salt and pepper. Oregano, bay leaves, which I just picked up, and I'm going to try it tonight because I've never made them with bay leaves, but apparently it's a whole new thing. So, yeah, bay leaves are good. You'll need cheese, either Parmigiano Reggiano or Parmesan cheese, or Granada Padano, which is just cheap Parmesan. I bought cheap Parmesan because it's 10 crowns cheaper to buy Granada Padano. It's a bit of a different taste, but I find that it works for what I like to do with it. You'll need spaghetti noodles. If you have fresh pasta, use fresh pasta, but I have like a kilo of pasta noodles here, so I'm just going to use those. You'll need some rosemary, red hot chili flakes, butter, because yes, you'll need butter with anything basically that I cook. You'll need 1 carrot, 1 to 2 onions, depending on how much meat you're using, and a couple other things, but I bought 2 here just in case. 2 tomatoes, again, just in case I decide to use a little more tomatoes. You'll need some cream, and then you'll need ground beef. Or if you want, you can use a half and half of pork and beef. I just grabbed ground beef because it was on sale. So I went with just that. Next thing you'll need is some basil, because basil is always good with, let's see, there we go, basil. Boom. Get some basil, you're good to go there. You'll need some garlic, which I have here. And then you will also need some eggs, or an egg to be specific for this ratio, and then the more meat you put in, the more eggs you'll need. So without further ado, the first thing we need to do is make our meatballs. So we're going to grab a bowl. Grab a bowl, place that. I actually need to do one thing real quick first. Also, Danish, thank you for the $10. Should have gone to the Extra Life, but I mean, I also will appreciate the money there. Thank you so much. Yeah. So we'll get started here. So the first thing you'll need to grab is first thing you'll want to grab, because you're dealing with raw meat and egg, which to me is a generally unpleasant feeling. I'm gonna grab some gloves and put those on, but that's just a personal thing. I mean, it's also like food safe because bacteria and shit. But yeah. This is also a good song. Yeah, the music tonight is all a band called The Midnight, because I know that they're free to use on Twitch, and they're also like probably my favorite band and my favorite genre of music in general. So the music in the background is that. So grab your meat. This is 15 to 18%. Usually I use a bit less fat, but it was on sale, so I decided to pick it up. It makes a little bit of a difference, but I find it's fine. So grab your meat, put that in there. Grab your egg, which is over here, I believe. Yes. Grab your egg, break your egg. Do it the cool kid way, where you do it with one hand. There you go. Bam. One egg done. Then take your cheese. Oh, and I just broke my cheese, the thing to rip the label off the cheese. Perfect! That's exactly what I needed today. Ugh, fuck. Okay, well, we're just gonna use a knife then, I guess. Fan-fucking-tastic. Yeah, so, get your cheese out. Yes, get a cheese grater. And you're gonna want to add, I shot how much cheese is enough cheese, but if you want an exact amount, I'd say probably about a quarter of this stick, which this is a 200 gram stick, so about 50 to 60 grams. And yeah, just start shredding the cheese. Oh, and I already fucking broke it, which is just fantastic. Yeah, so about that for cheese should be good. Then you're gonna want to add your what do you call it? Breadcrumbs. There's the word. Take that. Wham. Oops. That's fine. Take your breadcrumbs out and add about. Let's see, how much is here? Yeah, about, again, the same 50 to 60 grams. There you go. Perfect. Then you're going to want to grab one red onion. Move this aside, cut this down. Cut that. So how is everybody doing today, actually? I should ask that. Everyone having a good Saturday? I'm assuming it's Saturday where everyone lives at this point in the day. So, hope everyone is having a good Saturday. If it's just started because you're watching over in North America, I hope you have a great Saturday. It's been pretty good over here. Nice and relaxing. Just didn't really do much. Went grocery shopping for everything. And that's about it. Like, I had a pretty relaxing day. So we're going to want to actually cut this onion in half. I did this backwards, but it's fine. Should be just cutting it the way I like to cut it. Actually, this knife was just sharpened, so it's going to cut like butter today, which is awesome. Bam. Just keep slicing. Yeah. just keep cutting. Probably want to add, yeah, I'd say we'll go with the whole. Well, we'll leave the other half of the onion anyways for the sauce, so I may as well cut it now. This is also a good song. But I'm getting the classic onion problem now, where I'm fucking crying. Ah! Yeah, and then just cut down like that, and then cut across. And bam, onions are now diced. And we'll add the whole lot, actually. There we go. Take the extra shells you have left over, and those can go in the garbage. And yeah, next, I actually forgot to add the salt, pepper, and the oregano. So add about a good amount of pepper, probably about a teaspoon, which is about what's there. And a healthy teaspoon of salt. Add some chili flakes. I'd say again about a little under a teaspoon, which is just the rest of what I have in here. And then add some oregano. And again, I'd add about a teaspoon of that. Bam. Spag boys. Alright, and then you just mix all that together. Just kind of want to get everything incorporated into the meat. If you need to, you can add another egg. It's also not, Dagon, it's spaghetti and meatballs, not spaghetti bolognese. So, I mean, you know, you're kind of right, kind of wrong, in a way. Yeah, just get that incorporated. Once you get it to like a point where it's sticking together, you're kind of done here. At this point, you're done. Boom, go. Finished with that for now. You can start heating up your pan, which you're going to want to put on a medium to high heat. So it depends on what you're using. With an induction hub that I have, it's about 5 to 6. We're going to start with it on 6. And at the same time, we're going to start warming up our pasta water, which we just want to fill it up with water, naturally. And then fill the water there. Yeah. Perfect. Yep, so just get that heated up, get this, and then you're gonna want to put, it's gonna look like too much salt, basically, is how much salt you're gonna want to put into the pasta water. But you just do that, you want to get it, as they say, sal della mare. That's my attempt at Italian. I'm not Italian, so, but the thing is, you want it about as salty as the sea. So, when you taste the salt water, or when you taste the water, if you want to look at the water, it should look and taste like sea salt water, like seawater, which is gonna seem like a lot, but it's correct. Yeah, we'll just leave the pot lid on because it's going to keep it hot. In the meantime, you can start prepping everything else you need for the bolognese sauce. So that would mean getting a peeler as well as a garlic press. Oh, I just realized we forgot to put garlic into the garlic into the meatballs. Ah, that's fine. They shall. We'll do it quickly because it shouldn't take too long. Boy, use gloves so his fingers don't touch the raw meat, and you let the gloves touch us. It's fine. It's not as much a problem because everything's gonna get cooked, so all the bacteria and shit is gonna get fucked anyways. Like all the bacteria should realistically die, unless it's the type of bacteria that dies at like 91 degrees Celsius, at which point you're not gonna kill it regardless of whatever protective techniques you use. I passed food safe. I kind of know what I'm doing here. So we can quickly wipe down the cutting board after this. You're gonna cook your utensils and herbs? Yeah, I mean, you can. Don't recommend it. It doesn't end up cooking. You know, if you put it in, if you put your metal in the boiler, it's not really gonna cook. But I mean, to each their own. What the hell happened there? That was off screen, but that was fucking hilarious. It's fine. It's fine. Alright, so we'll quickly wipe everything out because, well, the thing's not done with the meat, actually. We need to incorporate that fucking garlic. Yeah. So, gloves off. We'll probably have to use a new set here in a minute once we get all the condiments prepped. Quickly go wash the cutting board under some soap and agua. Yeah. There we go. And actually, at this point, the pan is starting to heat up, so we're going to need to not do any of the prep we were going to do anyways. Grab a plate. You're going to want an extra plate for this. And then grab a new set of gloves because, you know, it'd just be one of those days, I guess. I'm also almost out of gloves. Not because I've cooked spag bowl a lot, but, you know. This kitchen is very small for what I'm looking for here. Titus, thank you for the, or Daniel Pringle Titus, thank you for the $20. You guys are way too generous. Yeah, at this point your water's starting to boil up, so that's good. Take the lid off for a quick second. We're kind of just chaotically doing this. And so, you're gonna want to take your meatballs and just make like, that's like palm sized is what you're kind of looking for here. And just make as many of them as you want. I'm going to be making about 8 to 10 here. At this point, turn the water down and add your pasta noodles, which are going to be all over the place apparently because I can't do shit properly, but it's fine. Hey, I'm doing pretty good, Chris. I'm happy. I'm cooking food. It's looking delicious already. I'm agreeing with Josh here. I'm happy. Alright, yeah, we're just going to keep making these. And then as the pasta starts to get a little softer, we're going to just grab our pincers. Yeah, grab our pincers. And just spin that into here. And now that that's there, timer on for 11 minutes because that's the instructions. Honestly, with the pre-bought pasta, follow the instructions. They're usually right. 9, 10, 11. This is hot now, so we need to kind of speed up here. Just keep making some meatballs. It's a good song. Forgot about it too. Thanks. You know what? I'm gonna take it. If I'm the meatball guy, I'll take the I'm gonna take that as a compliment. Yeah, a little bit more meat on that one. Also, Dagon, thank you for the follow as well. I'm a bit behind on the donations and everything because I need to figure out how to set this up a little bit better in the future, but it's fine. Alright, perfect. Those are all down. So if I don't get to anyone's notifications or follow donations, I'm very sorry. I will work on that in the future. So, add your butter. That is going to be very hot. As you can tell, it's already starting to simmer. See if I can move the... So, yeah, butter's already kind of simmering and starting to cook. So, at this point, add your meat. Oh, that smells amazing. Fuck. There we go. At this point, you can take this plate, put it to the side. You're going to need it in the future, as well as a piece of paper towel, probably. Yeah. You don't really need the paper towel. If you do, if you want to, you can. But yeah, just turn the heat down to 5 here and let that cook. It's going to get very loud because the kitchen has a lot of noise going on right now. Yeah. It's getting spicy. I'm loving it. I'm digging it. It's making me very happy. Move this out of here. Grab your pincers again and just move the pasta around so it doesn't stick to the bottom. There is no real trick to making sure the pasta doesn't stick. If people have ever told you the olive oil trick, it doesn't actually work, and it actually makes pasta worse. Because then when you take the pasta out, it's all oily and it's not going to stick and it's not going to incorporate into your sauce as well. So don't do it. That's all I can say. So next, you're going to want to grab your carrot and you want to peel it. See how fast I can do this. There we go. There, done, peeled. That was, I don't know if that actually got on camera, which makes me very sad, because that was kind of cool, but it's fine. I've had to peel a fair share of carrots in my life, from work and everything. At this point, you're going to also want to give these a bit of a flip. So just grab, you can also just do what I do, and I'm just going to use my hands. Is you want to turn them to the side here. The trick is you're just trying to brown these. They're not going to cook all the way through most of the time. I've done it at least, and that's perfectly fine. At least according to me, it's perfectly fine. The most important thing is that you're just turning it so that it gets browned on all of the sides. Because once it's browned, it's going to have more flavor and it's going to cook a lot easier once you put it into the sauce, because that is the final step here. And yeah. Turn the music up a bit because I can barely hear it. Everything's kind of quieting down now on the food side because all the initial sizzling is donezo's. This is also a really good song. Fuck. Chris, thanks for the follow as well. Almost at 50. I think we're at 45 now. That's not bad. So, for your bolognese, you're going to want a clove of garlic. Probably about half of the carrot we're going to want to use in the sauce. At this point, we're also going to cut up the tomato. This excess meat, I'm not going to use it today. You can just keep it for another day. That's totally fine. It's just because I'm only eating for one. If I was eating for two, I would have cooked all of it probably. But alas, nobody to cook for today. grab your other onion, just again, bottom, yeah, cut the bottom off, cut the top off. Do that. Cut it in half. And then like this. And then 2 or 3 slices on this depending on how thick the onion is. So I'm going to do 2 here. And then just done. And then at the ends here, just cut that way, grab the ends, and then just cut the other way. Being very careful of your fingers, because the last thing you want to do is cut your fingers off. Just speaking of a personal experience, cutting your fingers in the kitchen is never fun. Or cutting your fingers in general. So at this point, turn your meatballs over again. It's been a couple minutes. Basically, you want to turn them until all of the sides have seen contact with the pan for about 2 to 3 minutes. And I'm just doing this with my hands because I have burned my fingers at this point so many times in my life that it doesn't matter. But if you want to, you can use like a flipper or pincers of some kind, or a fork even. A spoon also works. Yeah, cutting any body part isn't fun. Yeah, that is, you know what? From everyone I've known that's cut off some limb or some body part, which is a surprisingly large number of people, it's not fun. And again, just once you're at the end here, cut down vertically and cut over. And you're done. Oh, wow, that's not as good, but that's fine. So, onions, carrots are done. So next is your tomatoes. Again, double check your pasta. Just keep making sure it's moving around and it's keeping active and not sticking together. And the best thing you can do, to not make it stick around is to just move it. There is no simpler advice I can give you than that. So, grab one of your tomatoes. I'm just going to quickly wash it off. Again, if people have any questions in the process of making everything, feel free to pitch them my way. I'm going to take the stem off. This is washed. And then I'm going to flip the meat over again. As much as spaghetti and meatballs is a little bit intensive, I can still, well, it's triple tasking at this point, which is even better, but it's fine. There you go. And then there's a few ways you can cut the tomato. I'm going to cut it and use the top. Some people don't like, actually we're not going to. So we're just going to cut the top off, cut the bottom off, because those are less desirable parts of the tomato. Well, the bottom's not that bad, but some people don't like to eat it. I'm one of those people. And then you're just going to want to cut like that. Basically making cubes. Take it vertical. Leave this piece on the side, it's fine. Then cut down and cut down again. And it's completely fallen apart on me, which is very sad because sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. But it's fine. Just rotate it this way. And then cut like that. These don't have to be perfect. You're just making chunks that are going to be cooked into the sauce and incorporated into the sauce. So you're not looking for symmetry or anything. Less desirable. Look, okay, when it comes to stuff, like, it's like eating, there's some, what is it called? Like some people don't like eating the bottom of asparagus, right? They'll only eat the tips. Or there's like, it's like weird things like that. It's like people don't like eating certain parts of some foods. I can't think of any other examples other than asparagus right now for some reason, but it's fine. We're a bit ahead of schedule here on the pasta, but again, it shouldn't be that big of a deal because once you take it out of the water, it should be fine. So that's done. Your meat at this point should be done as well. So you can just take it from the pan. It's looking, let's see if we can get a view of that. Like that looks fucking good. I'm happy with that. So just take it off, put it onto a paper towel and that plate. Actually, yeah, clean the plate and then put it onto a paper towel to take some of the excess fat off of the meatballs. Or to absorb some of the grease. And at this point your pasta is also done, which is convenient timing here. But you're going to want to leave that because that is like absolutely delicious. Just drain a little bit of it. But leave some of the fat on there. Put it there. Put your heat on. And then you can add more butter if you want. I'm going to. Let me see if I can grab my knife. You can add more butter just to assist with the process. Everything's melting properly. Yeah, just get that to start cooking. Some of the extra onions have laid in there, that's fine. Then you're going to want to add your onions to that mix. Just don't eat asparagus, easy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you don't like asparagus, don't eat asparagus. It's easy as that. But there's like, I don't know, you see those like dumb internet things go around all the time. It's like, if you score 1 point for everything you don't eat in this. Also add your garlic at the same time you add your onions. And like, I always get like 4 or 3 because like I'll eat basically anything because food is food. So like 4 things I really don't like. I'm not a big fan of eggplant. I'll eat it in a pinch, but I'm not a big fan of eggplant. I used to hate mushrooms. I love mushrooms now. Oh, at this point as well, you're gonna want to drain your pasta water. So just take that out. But save, actually we'll save it on camera because I can do that. I have this little like 150 ml thing. Save some of your pasta water because pasta water is amazingly delicious and also really starchy, so it should actually help thicken our soup. So keep some pasta water there, and then you can just drain the rest. Bam. Pasta's drained. We're just going to leave it on the element here because the element's still a little warm. Just drink the pasta water while eating. I mean, it's really salty. But I mean, if you want it, you can. I'm not going to stop you. But it's really salty. At least the ones I make, because I make it really salty pasta water. As you're supposed to. So, our onions starting to cook here. Starting to caramelize, which is very nice. So at this point, if you were to use it, you would add red wine into your recipe if you want to use red wine. I don't, just because it's expensive normally. But the other reason is I'm not a big fan of adding wine into my bolognese or pasta or my red sauce. So I don't do it. But at this point, if you wanted to, you could add red wine here. Then take your carrot and shred it into the sauce. And then shred an amount, I'd say about half of a large carrot, or about a third of a large carrot. And we'll shred that into this. And that, you're just going to want that to cook off, and that's going to add another level of flavors that is absolutely amazing. You don't think this is going to change anything until you've had it, and like, look at that, the colors already is like amazing. That looks delicious, if you ask me. Oh, nice. Just gonna finish cutting some of these tomatoes. There we go. So we got our tomato here as well. Yeah. Don't really need the bay leaves yet or the oregano. We're kind of good right now. We're just letting everything cook off. Let's cook this for another minute or 2. See if if I can move the... Oh, I just took my fucking... At this point as well, you can also take the gloves off, which I'm going to do. Gloves are coming off, boys. But no, I just don't like wearing gloves. I just don't like the feeling of raw meat more. So, there we go. So, that's kind of reduced and cooked down. So that looks really good. So, at this point, we're done with that. We're just going to add our tomatoes in. And bam. Yeah, I'm liking the look of that. That looks really good. And then we'll add we'll add the spices in now, so about half a teaspoon of rosemary. So not a whole lot of that in this recipe. Add another teaspoon of another teaspoon of oregano. There we go. Oh, that smells amazing. Open up the bay leaf packet, although we're adding the bay leaf at the end here, but it's fine for now. I'm also going to put the pasta on 1 because there's a little bit of water in there and it might just keep it warm. Grab 2 bay leaf, a bay leaf because it's half of, it's a smaller recipe. Oh yeah, and then grab a good handful of basil. And if you want a trick for cutting herbs, there's a really good trick my old boss told me, or taught me. So, put everything aside, grab your basil, pluck it off of the stem, right? So pluck your basil off the stem, so it should just be like loose leaves. Pop it up, bam, bam, yeah. Just like, and kind of wrap them around each other, just let that pasta sauce, let the pasta cook off a little bit more. And then you just roll it up like that. And then you take your, well, it just unrolled itself because of course it did when I'm trying to show this off. Yeah, you just roll it up nice and tight. And then you just cut like that. And then if you want, you can further mince it, which we're going to do here. But if you want strips, that's how you do that. But we got there. We have our basil. Grab a little bit more basil. You can also just push it all together and do it like that. It's kind of up to you. It depends on how you want to present it. Because we're not putting the basil on top, it's not as important. It looks as good. It's going to be cooked in. So there you go. And just, oh, I just hit my pasta plate, which is perfect. I'm like, shows this cool trick of how to roll up basil leaves. Immediately emaciates basil leaves. That's big brain strats right there. Alright, at this point, your vegetables and everything have cooked down. It looks pretty fucking good. So, add your tomato sauce. Which, the rest of the, I think there's about, I'd say about 150, 175 milliliters there. So, add that to this. Just let it sit and incorporate. That looks really fucking good, actually. Holy shit. Then add your basil to that. Stir it in. There you go. We'll add a little bit more, what do you call it? A little bit more tomato paste. No, not paste, passata. Puree. That's the word. Which, this is super unsafe way of doing it, but it works. There you go. Pour it a little bit more. Just clean the tip off of that. And let that sit. Add a small amount of cream, not as much as I added to the chili, that's for damn fucking sure. Probably want about, yeah, about that should be fine, which is about 25 milliliters of cream, not a whole lot. And that's gonna lighten it up and just add some more elements. At this point, add your bay leaf. Well, if you hit it into the sauce, you can just add your bay leaf, and you're gonna wanna let this add your pepper as well. And then add your salt. Although you shouldn't need to add that much salt to the pasta, okay, because you cook the pasta noodles in the in salty water, you shouldn't need to add as much salt into the sauce itself, because you've already added that salt element into the recipe. So at this point, incorporate that. Turn your heat down to about 5 or 4. And then give it a quick taste. That's good. That's fucking good. So, just give it another one. Yeah. 1 second, I'll be right back. And we're gonna move the camera a quick second here. There we go, that should give you a better overview of what we're looking at and what we're working with here. So, there you go. Yeah, that's much better, isn't it? I'll have to mark that spot in the future. So, at that point, kinda everything's done for the most part in terms of what you're mixing down. So you can start cleaning up, which I have to do because this kitchen is now an absolute disaster area. But it is fine. Just take this. So if anyone has any questions or any useful things they have their own experiences with, or anything interesting that's happened today in general, please, now is the time to come forward with it. So, at this point, pasta sauce is starting to, not reduce, but cook. So turn it down again to about 3 or 2. Everything else you have that's out, you can put, if it needs to go in the, it needs to be cleaned, put it in your sink or your dishwasher if you're rich enough to have a dishwasher, or live in a big enough apartment in my case, or rich enough, I don't have either, to be fair. Yeah. I mean, in terms of, at this point as well, if you want, which I am definitely going to do, you can add your pasta water to the sauce. Just add a small amount, not a whole lot, and then just stir that in. And that's going to add a ton of flavor as well. You might think it might get a little watery. It will thicken out. You do not have to worry about that. Grab another tasting spoon, so I have 4 of them, and yes, that is amazing. So, at this point as well, you're going to want to add your meatballs back into the sauce, because these are technically not done cooking. Don't get me wrong, they're fully cooked. They're just, they can use a bit of time simmering in the sauce to absorb all of that delicious goodness. Yeah. Just stir that in to incorporate it. If you're worried it's going to overflow, buy a bigger pot. That's my only advice. I don't unfortunately own a bigger pan. I unfortunately don't own a bigger pan than this, so just going to have to roll with it. There you go. Check on your pastas if you have the heat on, which I do in my case, to make sure they're not stuck together and that they're still warm, which they are neither. And just give it a quick taste. Just gonna completely take these off here because they're done. Yeah, it's fine. Hey, if you're gonna do it next time, I would recommend, if you're gonna be me next time, I'd recommend cooking the pasta at a later stage because we still need this to sit for a few minutes and that's still warm, so it's gonna cook a bit, which is very, means the pastas might get a little overcooked, but it should be fine. Yeah. So, just still in the process of this, let it simmer, let it sit. If you want, which I'm going to, you can add a little bit of cheese into the sauce itself. That's also going to thicken it and add a flavor profile. So there you go. Just more cheese. Always more cheese. That's because you have to be like affiliate or something in order to get multiple quality options. I have no idea why that is restricted to like higher follow people. I could lower the output, but I don't really want to go on anything lower than 1080 because, yeah. I wish I could change. I can't for some reason. I've tried everything, so it's like I have to have more followers and shit. It's really annoying because it's like it's gatekeeping me. All right. I mean, yeah. At this point, put all that away. I'm gonna just keep cleaning up because I need to clean up because it's a mess. How did you manage to do that, Josh? I kind of need you for the op tonight. Considering you're my Kozus. Well, I'm your Kozus to be fair. You came up with most of the idea. So how'd you manage to poison yourself? That's what I'm curious about. Alright, give this another taste. No, it's all good, Herbert. Hopefully I can get it fixed in the future. It's all good. Save that basil for the future. And just start, yeah. Gonna start putting everything away. But yeah, hopefully everyone's having a good Friday night or Saturday night. Wow, I'm clearly drunk. Holy shit. I think Friday definitely ain't. Okay, Herbert, yeah. That could do it as well. If you have weaker internet, that could. Like, I have nothing else running. I have my phone playing music, and I have the stream running, and that's kind of everything. I have no idea why that alert is stuck there. I'm very confused by that. There we go, fixed it. Yay! Okay. I'm still figuring out all the alert stuff and all the stream shit, but at this point, this is set for long enough. So, yeah. Give this a quick taste. Yeah, that's definitely done. So, we're just going to cut into one of the meatballs just to make sure that it's cooked all the way through, which I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, it is. Sweet. So, give this a taste. Holy shit. Fuck, that's good. All right, so. Oh, I got the hiccups now. Great. So we're done with everything here. So now is on to plating, which means we need our cheese grater back, and then give it a quick wipe. Grab a plate. Actually, it depends. I have pasta bowls because I'm a fancy person. But if you want to just use a regular bowl, you can. But I have these, which are like spaghetti bowls, basically. I really like them. So, place that there. Grab your noodles. Give those a quick turn. Give those a quick spin. And then add those into here. They're probably, yeah. Wow, actually, what we're gonna do one better. It's totally overcooked, but I might want to recook my pasta actually, because it's totally overcooked. Yeah. All right, well, we need 10 minutes because I let the pasta sit for too long. Fuck. It's fine. Mistakes happen. Second cooking stream in a row with mistakes. I'm not really helping myself as fucking shit. But you know what? We're all here to learn. And even I'm here to learn shit sometimes, which is don't cook pasta way too far in fucking advance. But it's fine. People can laugh at me if I fucked up the food, but it's fine. So we're just gonna quickly wipe down the bowl, and we're gonna power through this. There's no risk in the pasta sauce over reducing or the meat overcooking. So it's fine. There you go. So put that back onto max. Put this down to 1. At this point, you can remove your bay leaf, and that can go in the garbage. Because you're not supposed to eat bay leaf. Fun fact. I knew someone who did, and it was a huge mistake. So, at this point, we have to restart the fucking pasta. So, add your salt. If people have anything they want to say, please go for it now. As I just get progressively drunker throughout the night, which is perfect. Again, we're only losing about 10 minutes here, so should be fine. Besides, I'm not on a time restriction for how long I'm streaming anyways, because we're wired in through my PC. So, grab your noodles. I'm just going to put them over top of this, let them sit there for a minute. Yeah. So pasta's starting to get back up, so we're only losing like 10 minutes here. I'm happy about that. That's a effective loss of time. And everything's about efficiency, and I was being too efficient and probably just got distracted, so it's fine. And you know what? It's gonna look so amazing. It's not gonna matter that it took longer. Yeah, take your pasta here, add it to the water, let it cook. just keep your pasta sauce hot, and it should be fine, and it is fine, yeah. Just letting it sit here for a few more minutes. I mean, there's nothing wrong with letting it simmer because all of the flavor is just going to keep absorbing into the meat, and it's just going to get even more delicious to an extent. I mean, it can over reduce, but it's sitting on one heat now, so it's really just staying warm. And yeah. But yeah. Might stream one of the operations tonight as well. That's from what, 8? Yeah, it'll be from like 8 till 11 or whenever we're done. But of course, if you're in the op, it's not going to be much help if you're watching it as well. But for those who cannot make it or don't want to show up to spooky Halloween shit, they can watch it from my perspective. Which really is just going to be trying to terrify the ever-living shit out of RSF. Let's be real here. And yeah, just mix that in, set the timer for 11 minutes. This is a good song too, actually. Oh, no, there we go. And then down to 8. Perfect. Just keep whittling away at this and keep cooking, because there's not much else we can do at this point. Probably a bit of an inconvenient time to stream food cooking, because people are also making dinner right now. And I didn't upload the recipe ahead of time, so people can't even really follow along, but it's fine. Yeah, just keep putting away. Now that I have this stream set up so it's not relying on phone battery as well, I probably could start updating, like doing 3-course menu stuff and really a lot longer streams for people to tune in and tune out of. And like actually stream for cooking for like a few hours every day. Also started streaming a bit more when I play some games, because games are always fun. So people want to watch me be absolutely horrible at games that they don't own, or want to just watch me play games because I genuinely think it might be fun. That'll also be there if you want to play with me as well. I mean, there's the RSF Discord. It'll be in the description of this soon, but there's an invite link on the intro and outro pages of the stream as we exit and enter, so you can join RSF and play some Arma with us. We play a bunch of other games too, but we are primarily an Arma unit, obviously. I think it's mostly just RSF people watching anyway, so they already know that. So yeah, just keep letting this sit. Still warm. I want to taste more of it because it tastes absolutely amazing. And the only thing you're going to need to top this is Parmesan cheese and more basil. And that's kind of all you need here. And yeah, that sauce doesn't need anything. That sauce is perfect. At least I think it is for what it's supposed to be. I mean, if you want, you can add mushrooms to this, but I don't think mushrooms work as well with spaghetti and meatballs. Maybe with spaghetti bolognese, it's pretty good, but I think with spaghetti and meatballs, it's better without it because it flashes. Yeah, that's kind of all I can say on that regard. But yeah. Just keep getting this mixed up. We got 8 minutes left, which is awesome. Means we're even closer to finish cooking. And we're closer to a delicious dinner here. If anyone has anything they want to say to me, please go forward with it. I'm trying to fill airspace here, but I don't know what people want me to talk about. I can't really say if anything interesting happened to me today, because today was, again, really chill. Yesterday was okay as well. I have kind of not been working as much lately, which is both good and bad. I mean, it's less money, which is always bad. But for the past few days, setting up streaming shit so that everything can kind of look a lot more professional. I'm really happy with how everything looks now. At least with the cooking stuff, everything looks nice. The webcam is awesome. And yeah, I mean, the next thing to do is probably get a dedicated microphone rather than using the, the next thing is, get a dedicated microphone rather than using the microphone based off of the webcam. But there's not much I can do about that at this current point in time because I need to wait until I get paid next month. And then I'll probably buy it. And then some of the money from the stream will go into that because all the money that goes into the stream is going to go straight back into the stream. Like, so everything you guys donate goes straight into me supporting the stream and keeping the stream going because I'm having a lot of fun here. And I hope you guys are enjoying watching me fumble around in the kitchen and letting me do this as like a thing that people actually enjoy watching. Yeah. Hopefully we can get more and more people to start watching as well. That'd be awesome. I mean, more is always better, right? Yeah. And then next weekend, I'm streaming a variety of games and cooking stuff because I'm doing a 24-hour live stream for charity. So I think we're going to be playing, well, so far I have 4 different cooking streams, one of which is at like 1 in the morning, which is called like Midnight Snack. That one's going to be kind of a bit annoying, and I'm sure a lot of people aren't going to be able to watch that, but it's fine. So the start of the stream, it'll start at 4 o'clock Central European Time. I believe that will be -5, it'll be, what is it, 11 o'clock? Eastern Standard Time, 9 o'clock, no, it'd be 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and then 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock Mountain Time, so 7 a.m. Pacific Standard. Going to be playing things like, so the first stream is going to be making wok with homemade teriyaki sauce. Not sure what kind of wok I want to make yet, whether it's shrimp or beef or pork or chicken. Not really sure on that one. We're going to make wok. The second stream I have planned is the midnight stream, so that's going to probably be something along the lines of French toast. Morning stream, which will be around 8 or 9 a.m., is going to be crepes. Sorry, not crepes. It's going to be French-style omelet. And then the final stream at lunch, not really sure what I'm going to make, but there's a good likelihood that if we hit some of those stretch goals on the Extra Life stream in the description below, if we hit some of those stretch goals, I'll probably do the recipe, what do you call it? I'll probably do the recipe. That is, the challenge is for every $25 raised, we remove an ingredient at random from the end of the recipe. So I have a 14 ingredient recipe that is going to have to be reduced down significantly depending on how much money we raise. It's a shrimp scampi. It's my personal recipe I use for every time I want to make shrimp with pasta noodles. And then, we roll a wheel, and for every $25 raised, we remove an ingredient. So we could have a shrimp scampi that has like no shrimp and like no pasta noodles, and it's just like the weirdest thing ever, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and it could be incredibly interesting to see, and I hope you guys will enjoy that as well. Playing a variety of video games, probably some Arma with the op, that'll be that night. Probably a lot of RimWorld, because RimWorld is a great streaming game, and I'm going to see if they get the update to it that you can have Twitch interact with it, so you guys will get to decide what kills me very slowly. Probably play some other games as well, maybe some Insurgency, maybe some Apex Legends, just a bunch of random things, and we'll see where it goes from there. But yeah, 24 hours of streaming involving at least 4 cooking streams. So you'll get tons of recipes, tons of great ingredients, and tons of delicious things that you can also make yourself. Really trying to hype that up. Hope we can get some more people to watch that. Again, it's for 24 hours, so I'm sure you can spare some time at some point during the day to make it, and it should be very good. Yeah. I was almost worried for half a second that was the pasta water, and I remembered I threw that out because it looks almost exactly the same color-wise. But at last it wasn't, which is always a good thing. Yeah. Two minutes until our pasta is also done, which is fantastic considering it was a fuck up that it ended up the way it is now anyways. Give it a quick taste test. It's very hot. But also, next stream is going to be next Tuesday at probably 17 or 16:30 CET. I think I'm gonna be making my personal curry recipe that I use anytime I make curry. So keep in tune for that. And it should be very, very good and very, very tasty. It's a recipe I've constantly worked with and I've constantly messed around with a lot, so it should be good. I'm hoping it's good, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. I'm sure all of the Brits in the chat are gonna destroy me to pieces for having for my curry recipe, because they're gonna be like, it's not a real curry or whatever. But I mean, it's the recipe I use and it's the recipe I like. So if you want to know what I like to eat when I eat curry, that would be what we're gonna be making on Tuesday. Anyways, pasta's done now, so take the water out, drain the water. At this point, you can take your noodles. And yeah, these are a much better quality. Just put them in the bowl. And Danish, thank you for the $20 donation to Extra Life, as well as the $10 donation earlier in the stream to my own personal channel. Very much appreciated. We're now at $79, which means we are having 3 ingredients removed at random. Which is going to be quite terrifying if you ask me. So, got our pasta there, and then just take your spaghetti, pour it on top. Probably want, yeah, this is probably enough for 2 people. Take the meat, take the sauce here, put it like that, spread it around. You can kind of like grab a pincers actually and probably mix it a bit. Yeah, there we go. And just kind of mix it up. There's a better way of doing this, and it's not the way I did it, but it's fine. It looks pretty good actually. I'm happy with this so far. Yeah. Go. Then push this in so it doesn't go over the edge, which it's going to when you cook it anyway, or when you plate it, but it's fine. There you go. Then take a paper towel and clean the edge just with a paper towel here. Yes. And just keep doing that. go around the edge until it's clean, which it now is. Bam. Now take your shredded cheese. Right, we'll move it a bit up. That looks great. Take your shredded cheese and put as much cheese as you personally like on it. I love a lot of cheese on mine, so there we go. Clean off the edges again. Just constantly cleaning the edges to make sure it looks good. And then the final step, take a couple pieces of basil, or take a good piece of basil and just put that on top. And bam! Spaghetti bolognese! Done in, oh, was that an hour and a half? That's not bad. And there you go. Let's see if we can get a better camera angle on it. I'm gonna take the camera up here. Ah, yeah. And there you go. I can't get it to focus for some reason, but it's fine. Yeah. Boom. Spaghetti bolognese, all done and wrapped up. Fantastic. Only took about an hour. It probably only took about an hour, including the fuck-ups. But yeah, that's all done and dusted. Fantastic. Looks amazing. I still haven't tasted it yet, so we're gonna need to do that. Make up a fork and a spoon, because I like to eat my pasta with a fork and a spoon. Grab some of the noodles, just cut into that. Take a little bit of the meatball, take that, twirl it around, take it up, stick on the end of the meatball, and let's see if we can get this to work. There we go. Absolutely amazing. Delicious. Perfect. I cannot complain about that. That is excellent. So, we're gonna wrap up here real shortly here, folks, but because I'm very hungry and this looks absolutely delicious. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. We're gonna go switch to the ending transition here.